Common scenarios for products. Products are one of the most popular types of structured data for e-commerce, and for obvious reasons. These have been available for markup in microdata and RDFA for 5 years probably, for quite a long time. And this is a type of rich snippet that you would get on the search engine results page. Here with Amazon, we have a lava lamp with a 4.5-star aggregate rating with 17 total reviews. The price on this is $14.99 and it's in stock, which this information is great to a user. They can very quickly see if it's in the budget that they're looking for, if it's got a decent enough reviews that they'll want to buy, and even the availability of the stock is just really great feature to be able to know at a glance whether you want to click into the Amazon product. So products, as mentioned, are eligible for rich snippets, and for this one we have provided the name as well as the offers and aggregate rating. So the aggregate rating is what captures that 3.5 stars and the number of reviews. The offers is what it provides the price and that availability. And so you can see an example on the next page, but those are the key things here to produce the rich snippet. Other information which does not present in the rich snippet, but is also very important, are things like the image, the SKU, so that might be your internal stock keeping unit, maybe the category to which it belongs. So in this one we have that lamp is in the table lamps, the color that it's available in, the GTINs, so this is the Global Trade Identification Numbers, so this is from the GS1 group that creates the barcodes. So these GTINs are very important, actually required field now for the Google Merchant feeds if you're selling things that are that have GTINs that are sold in the global market. So those actually help to unambiguously determine or declare the product, so that Google and others can actually compare that product to perhaps the same lava lamp on another website. And so when they're doing their Google Shopping type of user experience, they're looking for those GTINs to disambiguate all those the types of products. So those are GTINs are probably one of the more important fields. You can also declare the related products, upsell products, and dimensions. So there's a number of properties that you can declare explicitly, such as dimensions and weight. And then there's these other ones around these custom properties. So if they don't have a property available within the schema markup, they have a mechanism where you can create your own custom property and value pairs. So if you have 10 or more products, consider adding the markup to the template or using a plugin. So in other words, if you're running a larger e-commerce kind of company, you can often solve this type of schema markup with a plugin or by editing your templates. And the more information you provide for your products, the better, because each one of these things provides better context and information for Google to match up the products with the query intent of the users. So here we have an example. It's fairly straightforward. So we have the product with the brand of Acme, an executive anvil, and description and image, the MPN number, the aggregate rating. Here's where you would be able to provide that star rating as shown in the earlier example. In the offers, here you have the currency, US dollars, of the price, and you can even put the offers have a lot of different options. So you can have things like the use condition, it's in stock, and the seller, and you can do quite a bit of different things. So you can very often have multiple offers. So you might have like maybe a sale offer, or you might have the valid before and after. And so definitely look into your options there. If you're going to create a category of products, there's two options which I would like to just explain here. So either you can mark up your multiple products with unique IDs, or use the offer catalog. So It's not a formal recommendation from Google, but these are the two types of patterns which I see useful to provide. So if you have multiple products listed in a category for winter hats in this example, you might want to show with this hashtag product 122, 123, 124. What we're doing here with this hashtag is giving it an ID or relating it to a section within this list of winter hats to say, like, so if there's a div that talks about that product, you would put that product in the ID. So you can see in the example here for microdata, div ID product 122. This would clarify to Google that this section is about a product that has its own unique identifier. And this would be distinguishable from 123 or 124. And I've run into it before where if you don't have some sort of ID, Google will actually mix together all of the content into one product. So you need to be able to disambiguate to Google and give it some form of ID that's distinguishable for each one of these products. The ID of each product needs to be unique as well, obviously. So what happens if you give it that product 122 ID is it kind of produces that type of ID that we see listed above. So the Your Biz Winter Hats / hashtag product 122. And with JSON-LD, it's also fairly simple to provide that ID. You can just provide that explicitly as the @ symbol with the ID tag. Do we have it here? We do not. So in this option 2 is an offer catalog which came out maybe it was in late 2015. So this is a concept that's more specific item list, and what you can do with this is group together your widgets. So in this one, this is a newer approach. It's great for listed services also, and it can even include subcatalogs. So you might want to have like your offer catalog for a list of products. On the right-hand side, you see this one's for house widgets, the item list elements. So you can have each one of those would be for each one of your products or services that you're trying to list here for your product category page. And you have separate IDs. So the IDs here, similar to the prior one, you have with the hashtag 122 or product 122. And then similarly in the second product, you have the ID with the hashtag product 123. So that distinguishes the different sections of the page, even to correlate those different products for different sections. The URLs here actually provide the link for Google to say, for more information basically about this blue widget, here's the actual URL that you're going to look up. So there's other options which you can provide here. You can even have some sort of sorting kind of category or sorting options within your offer catalog. So you can say, like, this is sorted from highest rated to lowest rated, or by most popular, or by date released, or the price. So you can actually specify those sorting capabilities within your offer catalog. As I mentioned before, so you can have also subcatalogs within your catalog. So perhaps one level up from this, yourbiz.com/winter/hats might be just for winter. So you could have the winter offer catalog could include the hats catalog underneath it, as well as maybe mitts and other things. So you can kind of imagine how this can roll up and get more specific as you kind of go through your categories in your e-commerce store.